Well, we wanted to get our defense to a point where it was creating our offense for us and have our defensive energy lead the way with the offensive responsibilities that we would have of getting the ball down the court, making the next play, and not overthinking it, right? And our defense really created a lot of that. And then I was really proud of what they did in the way that they handled the officiating, in the sense of understanding how the game was going to be called. And we made some adjustments. There's a lot more adjustments we can make, certainly with our hands and positioning and doing our work early type of things. But our guys really understood how the game was going to go, and we started playing more and more downhill. We were on the attack. We kept bringing pressure and trying to bring fatigue to the game. And we were very concerned about them because they had long-range shooters, especially from the corners. And they had two hard matchup problems with Anderson and Johnston. And I thought our guys were really locked in throughout the night, no matter what our coverage was, and trying to make life tough for them. And we had a lot of guys play well. And the things that stand out to me are the fact that we had some really good runs, like I said, which were keyed by our defense, that we had 21 offensive rebounds, and our guards had 19 of our 51 boards, and which means we're blocking out and offensive rebounding from all the positions. And we were very, very aggressive throughout the night. And I saw very little let up, and we played a lot of different lineups, especially in the second half. And but I was proud of our effort and really proud of their energy, proud of the way they've responded this week to getting better. And now our whole key is, can we continue to improve and understand to a man and then as a team what we've got to get better at every day. And that starts again tomorrow. But there's certainly a lot of room inside of our spacing, inside of being ready to shoot, inside of our cuts off the post, those type of things, just like there's a lot of room for improvement on the defensive end. But to get this kind of start tonight in front of a great crowd and to play with the energy we did, we're excited about that.
Zach? Kind of a strange question, but Max talked about Thomas's exuberance and maybe a little bit of over-exuberance in that technical foul call. At some level, do you almost, would you rather have that than the other way around, I guess, a player that is maybe a little bit too excited?
Oh, absolutely. Thomas has got tremendous energy, and he plays with emotion. The whole key that you want any player, whether they're young, old, whoever it is not to play emotional, right? And there's a big difference. But playing with emotion leads to a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and he's got a tremendous spirit. He's a great teammate, but he's learning. He's 18 years of age and a couple of months into that, and played his first college game, so his first official college game. So I was proud of him. I thought he handled it really well. And then we just decided that we're kind of really watching his minutes anyways. But I kept him out there because he handled it well, and he really did. And he went back out and he played and he settled in. And he's going to have to be in a lot of really tough, hostile, adverse situations this year. So the more that he can learn from the game, the better he's going to be. But we'd certainly rather have a guy that every once in a while you want him to settle in versus trying to get him to raise it up. That's a lot harder, and you're exactly right.
Coach, can you just talk about, I guess, the different dimension having both Thomas and Max in there, and I think they were 7 for 7 between them tonight, but just what that gives everybody else in the
Sure.
lineup.
Well, we're all learning, especially with the forwards, to play with to play together. And I think we've got a group of guys that, again, you want this. You want a group of guys that you feel very comfortable starting in the game, that you feel very comfortable finishing with in the game, and that impact the game throughout it. And to me, what could happen more and more this year, like tonight? Tonight became a matchup situation for us because of the matchups that we wanted when we changed the lineup. We didn't decide to change the lineup until they put their lineup in. And that's maybe what's going to happen throughout the year. Because when you have numerous guys that are multidimensional, that can play together, you're going to be better. And Max and Thomas together, or Max and Thomas separate, are key parts of our team. So we've got to be able to do both. And all our forwards are going to get a lot better because they're young, and Max is young to us. And we certainly want and expect a huge role out of him this year, and I think he's going to be capable of it, but he's got to learn and grow into it. But this is a good start for both of them, and for Juwan and Ajuna.
I was just kind of build on that, how did you like the lineup of Hartman and Bryan together, and, what do you think would be the default? You said you waited until kind of their lineup.
Well, we just wanted a certain matchup because of 15, because of Anderson, so that's what that was. I'll have to watch the film, but I thought it was good. It was average in the plus minus. I left that in the other room, so I don't remember it off the top of my head. But we got to get Colin going, right? He's missed a lot of time. I mean, in the sense of he's missed valuable practice time, and he's trying to find his rhythm. He was in here this morning with us, shooting at least, it had to be 350, 400 shots in the span of an hour, plus walkthrough, plus the game tonight. And right now we just want to help him find his rhythm. But he is a valuable, valuable guy, and he can play with anybody on our team. So right now it's just a matter of him getting more comfortable.
Tom, the ability to sustain things, we talked a little bit about this, but that had to be positive and being able to sustain that the rest of the way.
Oh, absolutely. And especially in the sense, we were 72% of our possessions went through the paint. And that was something that we knew we needed to get better at from our first two games, whether it's the post-up action. Because the first game the other night, or the game on Monday night, we had 12 points out of 12 post-ups. And if you're clicking, you should get a point per post-up. Well, we got to have more post-ups. And this is the kind of team that can do that. But at the same time, we really want to play through the paint, because that creates the drive and kick game. It creates the drop-off game. It gets the ball really, really moving. And along with that, we want to build a real accuracy. So there were a lot of things to get better at tonight, even after we got up. And I think they understand that. But really continuing to stay true to how the game was being called and getting used to that is really going to be important. And we've got to continue to work on how we're going to get fouled, when we're going to get fouled, who's going to get fouled, and everybody even becoming a more efficient free throw shooter.
Yeah. Obviously, Robert started last year, coming off the bench right now. He was really productive tonight. If he plays like this off the bench, what impact does that have on your backcourt overall, somebody at that level as a result?
Well, I look at him as a starter. I mean, I really do. I mean, it's like I said before. It just we want to be too deep, and when a guy is too deep and can play numerous positions like he can, it creates even that much more value. But he's one of our best defenders, as is Yogi. And so we've got to look at matchups. We got to look at it ahead of time. And what did he play? 22 minutes. Very efficient shooting the ball. He's getting better and better. And he's as valuable as anybody else that we put out there. So could that make us better? Who knows what's going to happen with who's going to start? I mean, I really don't know. I'm not looking at it that way this year. But are those guys going to play? Absolutely. And the more that they can play efficiently and raise the level of everybody else, that's really important, because Robert is capable of that. Robert's capable of a lot, and we want to keep helping him get to that point.
Mike, as far as OG, do you sense he's maybe understanding his strengths better at this point? Maybe now he's getting a little more into understanding
No,
what it's going to take to get over?
not really. No, he's a product of he works very hard. What he's doing out there is a lot more of his natural ability. But the time when he threw that shot up there, I said, I can't even get mad about the shot. You never saw the basket because your head dropped at the three-point line, right? I mean, that's not a shot we work on. We work on a lot of creative layups. That's not one of them. But watching him where I was, his head went down, his eyes went down when he caught the ball at the three-point line, so we never really knew where he was at. Well, we need him. You saw at the end, he played the point the last two possessions. I just want these guys to get a real vision of the game and make it simple. OG is going to learn that. He's very efficient at doing a lot of different things because he's naturally there. He works extremely hard. He's learning a lot about defense. He's learning a lot about the speed of the game. But he's natural when he goes to that basket. He's natural when he goes up to rebound the ball, and he's 7'6" when he stretches those arms out. So those are all positives, and his fundamentals and skills will continue to get there.
Thank you, Coach.
Oh, go ahead, Zach. Go ahead.
I guess I was just wondering.
I saw one more over here, too, then we'll go.
On something
Or one back here. Go ahead.
you said earlier about still getting used, I guess, the bigs. What is that process, especially for guards that maybe just didn't have that sort of post-up opportunity to play through last year nearly as often, to have guys like Max and Thomas? Where is that, and I guess how do you get better at that?
Well, we need more time to really we need more 5-on-0 time with the offense. We haven't spent a lot of time at that. We spend time on our break and our spacing, but we haven't spent. I mean, people scouting us right now, drawing up plays. I feel bad for them because some of the plays we're running are not what they're supposed to look like, right? I mean, there's not, and I get it. So like when the game is the way it is, we don't want to complicate the game. Just move the ball, drive it, get it swung, hit the open man, and get it from side to side, right? So if we're getting our concepts down, that's the most important thing. And I think because everybody can shoot the ball and because everybody can make a three, that doesn't necessarily mean that we understand the spacing behind the line. But we had some guard play tonight where they didn't understand or stay true and committed to the spacing that we have to have. So that's one of the things I said to him after the game. We've got to spend time on that. But right now, if we're getting better defensively and we're creating more opportunities from our defense for our offense, I'll take that over anything else because I think the spacing and the ability to play with one another and the ability to understand each other's strengths and put people in the best position when you're playing will come. Good.
Just how nice is that a guy like Tom has size and ability inside this year?
How nice is it? How nice do you think it is? Huh? You waited all that time to ask that? That's an obvious question. It is great to have him. It is great. He is a wonderful young man, wants to get better, very hungry, has missed a lot of very valuable time. I mean, he still wears a boot, okay, when he's not on the court. And he'll get better and better. And what he's missed time on is not necessarily, well, he's missed offense and breakdowns and things like that, but he's missed those times to really have to get out there and like, now I got to guard Yogi, or now we're in the ball screen and I got to guard James or Rob, or now I've got to guard Troy when the ball's been swung and I'm in a closeout situation. I mean, all those things will come over a period of time in practice, and they'll come over a period of time in the games, and he'll get a lot better. But he's got a high upside. He's got an extremely high-level motor, and he wants to be really, really good. So it's a lot of fun to have him. All right, thank you.